Hey guys, it's Shannon from That DIY Couple, and this is my mom.
How do you do? I'm Barbara. Nice to see you.
Today we're going to be doing a Meet My Mom video, so let's get into it. So,
I'm Mom.
This is my mom. So do you want to introduce yourself, just your first name, kind of where you're from?
So my name is Barbara, and I am a journalist from Malibu. How do you do?
So why don't you talk a little bit about the circumstances of your life and how you grew up, because you have some interesting, I think, challenge. You've had a very interesting life, and you've had a very successful life, especially given where you started.
Yes,
so I think that people would like to hear about your sort of American dream success story.
Well, thank you. I was born in a unique situation where my mother was very disabled on oxygen back in the day, where she would drag around an oxygen tank and just couldn't get by, and my father and she had divorced. So we were an Irish family, and this is a long time ago. The old aunties, who were all spinsters, didn't know what to do with a 4-year-old who was too active for a disabled mother. So their obvious solution was to send me to the nuns, and I was sent to a wonderful boarding school in Little Falls, Minnesota, where I was given a classical education, suffered through 12 years of Latin, but had a very good education. I then did very well on admission tests and such, and went to college, got a Bachelor of Fine Arts in broadcast journalism with an advertising and PR minor and economic minor as well. Couldn't decide what I wanted to do. Later I went to law school and practiced as an attorney for many years, but my first love is writing, so I'm back to it, and I'm a journalist covering local journalism for magazines and one of the local newspapers in Malibu, and come see me.
Yeah, so my mom came up from literally nothing, guys. She is really an inspiration to me and one of my, biggest heroes. She, was essentially an orphan, growing up.
Tantamount to an orphan, that's true.
And, she struggled a lot, but she was really academically inclined.
I'm a geek.
She, really worked hard.
Yeah.
She put herself through law school. She was waitressing, paying her own bills.
But her father, when we were married, helped as well. We were married at the time, so Dad gets a lot of credit for that too.
That's true.
That's who took care of you when you were little during my second year of law school. Let's remember that.
Which, other than my dad, when they were married at the time, she really didn't have very much of a family support system.
Except for her wonderful grandmother on her father's side.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
But, nobody does it alone, but she really worked very hard and was very successful. So I really admire you for that.
Well, I love you.
And so
she's my girl.
Talk a little bit about, some of the raising me and the boys and stuff like that.
Well,
you've had a mixed bag.
Yeah. Shannon was a very precocious child from the beginning, and just a charming child. And she was only 13 months old when her brother Daniel was born extremely handicapped and had, I think it was, I would have to check my records, but approximately 13 neurosurgeries in the first 15 months of his life. He was extremely compromised. We almost lost him several times thanks to the good doctors at Phoenix Children's Hospital. He is now 33 years old. Then 7 years later, we had another child.
Not just that, but thanks to you, right? I mean,
love.
You never gave up on him, right?
You can't give up on your kids.
They told my mom when she was pregnant that she should have an abortion, and she just couldn't do it. And then they told her, well, don't get too attached to this baby because he's probably going to be a stillborn.
Yeah.
And
then they said, honey,
you're
just way too hot.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm overwhelmed. Back.
So my mom had a costume change.
Change.
I mean, she raised a very, very handicapped child who, against all odds is alive today because of her care and love and support, and just incredible tenacity in terms of fighting for him to get the right benefits and things like that.
You just have to fight for your children's rights.
Yeah, and then you made your career as a lawyer.
Yeah.
And then
3 years.
And now you've transitioned to being a writer. You're very passionate about that.
And you can recreate yourself as I have done, which is wonderful. So, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
That's just a quick video to meet my mom. If you have questions for my mom or for me, write them down below. And thanks for being with us. Until next time, do well and always make things better. Whoa.